Welcome everyone to another episode of the Lorepod podcast. I'm your host Dakota Morgan, coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're going to be really digging into the origins and really kind of history here of something kind of iconic you've seen recently. We're going to the world of Dune, D-U-N-E. We're going to be talking about these sandworms of Dune from Arrakis, or are they? So we're going to be diving into the facts here you don't know about this iconic movie, villain, monster, animal. I don't know what you classify them as. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, I am your host, Dakota Morgan, coming from Phoenix, Arizona. It's, social media is going to be at Instagram Dakota_Morgan97. Of course, Twitch, CodaRex97, and X at Dakota Morgan3. All that description box down below. Moving on. So the Dune sandworms here. Big, massive things. And we know they're small and they're big, but you don't really know how small they're going to get. Let's dive into them here. So we've actually seen them go at about 415 meters in length, about 380 Empire State Buildings, with a diameter of 68 meters. Now, they get that large, though, because of their food, of course. And you're wondering, what do the sandworms eat on a planet superbly hot and just filled with sand? Well, there's actually a very good answer to that. They actually eat the sand, as you might figure. But hold on here. This gets a lot more complicated than you think. So they get large brain chests in the sand through the large mouth opening there, loaded with razor-sharp teeth, and they get the nutrients in the sand and also try to get as much of the water they can from certain pockets. Now, sometimes a worm, when it breaches air because of the friction and such in the air, can actually, when they breach out of the sand, can cause a lightning storm due to the static electricity. They are very territorial, though, so these guys are going to be sensing, as you've seen in the movies and read in the books, they sense your vibrations from miles away, which is why you have to walk a certain way while you're going about Arrakis. They have a scale skin that is almost impenetrable. There's only been 3 ways to kill them: atomics, meaning nukes, electric shock, or drowning in water. You heard that one correctly. But here's the thing here. They are not actually native to Arrakis. That's right. They were brought in from an unknown world by an unknown force from long before the Trunar Empire or the Bahia Atoll. So we're talking a long... Dune is set so far in the damn future. I think it's not even the year 3000. It's so far. And here's the thing, though. Arrakis was proven that it used to be actually a water planet with life, and it was filled with life. And when the worms were dropped there, they were an invasive species that ate all the world's nutrients, literally just terraforming the fucking thing. And we still don't know why they were there, at least for right now. Although there's probably some deep cut lore there that I am missing. I still have yet to read the Dune books. They are very sensitive to water, though, at this point as well, which is how you're actually able to drown them, because they've adapted to just be, relying on it, but yeah, a little bit too much. A little too sensitive to it. Now, the life cycle of them is actually very weird, too. It's not what you think here. They actually start as sand plankton, feeding on spice. Yeah, that's right. They're that damn small. Then they actually grow up to be a sand trout, which is large to see. It's large enough to see with the naked eye, but they actually ooze liquids out. And it's actually that liquid that they ooze out through their skin is actually toxic to adults. Weird, I know, right? It just keeps getting weirder. Hold on. The large amount of sand, though, where the trouts gather, because they're all going to gather together, kind of like a big hive nest sort of thing, right? There's energy, heat, liquids, and friction and gases that appear there, and that actually causes a large explosion. And those that actually survive that large explosion are the ones that get really big, and those are the ones we see later on as they get huge and kaiju-like, and they can live thousands of years after this as well. And during death, they melt and will be eaten by the sand trout, and so they melt into sand trout. And so because they melt into sand trout, it starts a cycle all over again. But the after effects of all this is spice. From the explosions and them dying is spice. That's right. The whole breeding cycle of spice and how to get spice and how it's made there on Arrakis, the thing that they invade the planet for and do wars over and shit that the people there enjoy, is all made from the explosions that follow from the sandworms that spread to get in the atmosphere and spread all over the planet. So if they didn't have sandworms, and they want to exterminate them most of the time, if they didn't have these sandworms, there would be no spice. The locals of Arrakis, though, are always pretty commonly associated with the sandworms because they use a lot of them in their religion and myth. That's a little bit here about the backstory of the Dune sandworms. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the Lorepod podcast. If you did, be sure to subscribe wherever you're listening for new episodes every week. Stay tuned. I believe we still have another episode with this. We have the Nuka recap going on as well for the Fallout episode, so stay tuned for that too. All right, everybody, and of course, as always, stay creative, everyone.